Welcome back to SkyGene channel, and today we got some great movie news to talk about. The mostly horror and sci-fi movies, starting with Scream 7, of course. Neve Campbell's coming back with the character of Sid, and then we got the movie review of Roadhouse coming up because we have a reboot for that comes out in a couple more days. And speaking of reboot, the Leprechaun franchise, if you're a fan of it like me, yes, they are also getting a reboot. And I got some spoilers. It's more of like the plot, but it's for Alien Romulus. If you don't want to hear it, I'm going to let you know, just don't worry, so I'll get you plenty of time. When it gets to the point, I'll give you the spoiler. I got a bunch of other more news, so if you guys like the stuff, click subscribe and follow along, and here we go. So, of course, let's start with Neve Campbell as the Sydney character. That's the main reason why we're talking about this Scream update, because that's the big thing. Because we didn't know what direction they were going to go with the firing of Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega leaving, and a director saying goodbye. So we had no idea where this was going, no clue. But now we know that Neve Campbell is back. She's getting paid what she deserves, because there's no way she would have, come back and not get paid. So she got what she wanted. Hopefully she's also like an executive producer to get a nice little chunk of change, with the profits, because this movie is going to be a banger. We got all those people coming back. That's another thing. It's all Team Sydney or Team Melissa. I'm over that. I'm not going to talk about that. I love them both. Why can't we just have them together? But yes, Sydney character. Love it. This gives us direction of where we're going to go next. But now we're going to wonder who else is going to be in this. Is her husband Mark, played by, Patrick Dempsey? Is he going to be back? I wonder how much Neve Campbell is going to get screen time. Like, is she's the main character? Is she going to come in late? Is she going to be the opening scene? Is she going to get killed in this movie? I wonder if she, someday she's going to get killed. There's no way she's going to be surviving all these attacks and not get killed. I will love it, but she needs to have a final send-off, a goodbye one of these days, and it's going to come soon. But another huge part of the reason why this is a big, massive news is Kevin Williamson, the writer, and really the creator. This is his baby, but the writer of 1, 2, and 4. He didn't write 3 because he was off directing Teaching Mrs. Tingle. And no, I've not seen it. Maybe I'll watch it someday, but that's his only directing credit, so... But Spyglass, they really needed to do something to win back us fans, because they really screwed over Melissa. I really personally think so also. So they needed to do something. They needed to take care of Neve Campbell. I'm not cool how they did it before, but it sounds like they gave her the money, so she's back. Kevin Williamson's directing this. I think that was exactly what Spyglass needed to do. If not, they had to sell that, but well played, Spyglass. One thing I love about Scream 6 was the fact that it was in New York City. It left Woodsboro, the original place, and went to a big new city. Absolutely loved it and did a great job. Sydney, she's in Seattle. Now let's go from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast. Seattle, great city. I absolutely love Seattle. I could retire there. Please bring Scream 7 to Seattle. I cannot help but think about with Seattle, it's Fisherman Market. And of course, I know we did last summer, was on the East Coast, fishing, all that stuff. That's where you get the hook. Of course, the writer of I Know We Did Last Summer is Kevin Williamson. So you gotta think if they went to Seattle, they would add some of that hook element where that would be a dope kill with, Ghostface Killer with the hook. Oh. But my pitch on Scream 7, which makes perfect sense, and this is the way they should go. I think Mark is the killer from Scream 3. He's the second killer, but he's been in hiding this whole entire time, and he's the one in charge of 5 and 6, getting the cult started, and then he's going to be revealed as like the main thing. Scream 3 is just jumping at me, watching all this news. Scream 3 vibe is coming at me hardcore. He would need a motive, and who knows what the motive could be, because they've done so many motives, but obsession. That's why he's married to Sydney and has kids with her. Imagine being obsessed with somebody and you got to marry them, live with them, have their kids. Yeah, that could be a nice twist and turn. And Sydney, she has her kids now. What age are they? Are they, because when we watched the last movie, they were in strollers. So, they're 1 or 2 years old. But they might have a chance of being like teenage, like 13, 14, 15, 16. Like, imagine being like a freshman in high school and they're reliving through all this stuff. Courtney Cox, is she going to be coming back for the 7th movie? Because she is the only person, besides Roger Jackson, that does the voice. Courtney Cox is the only person to be in every single first 6 movies. Because Ned Campbell, she left 6. She would have been also in there, but she coming back? I would assume so. I would assume so. The core 4, baby. What are we gonna do with the core 4? Of course, Jenna Ortega, Melissa Barrera. There's half of them. They're not in it, so we have Chad and Mindy. I would not be surprised if they were in this. If not, imagine the opening scene kill was them two at their aunt's house. I mean, not their aunt's house, but their mom's house. You know, Martha. We still haven't had an opening scene kill where the ghost face gets killed. You know, it's always him dominating, getting away. I know who it is. But what if the ghost face, like, say, attacked Sydney and the kid in the opening scene, and Sydney kills Ghostface? Something like that. And I bet you we're going to see something like that for the opening scene. Do you think this is the right time to go back to Woodsboro? I still do not think so. I think we should expand outside the city for a couple more times and then come back to Woodsboro, but not right now. I think, like I said, Seattle, it's the spot to be. What if this is a killer that never gets revealed and gets away, leading to Scream 8? Like, this is part 1 and the next one's part 2. We have not had any of that yet. I think we're down. I'm cool with trying something like that. All right, that's the Stream 7 thoughts and all that stuff. So let me know what you guys think about this. All right, let's move on to the Leprechaun Reboot franchise that is coming around. I am excited to talk about this. It's been a minute since we had a Leprechaun movie, sci-fi one that came out, that was a direct sequel to the original. But my God, that was like one of the worst movies ever. There's a few sprinkles of moments of like, okay, that's cool, but like, literally at one point they're just talking to a leprechaun and they're like not surprised about
it. A Walkman and a camera all in one. Impressive.
What's a Walkman?
All right, so what we know so far from the director Felipe Vargas, which directed the movie Milk Teeth, he said he's going to reimagine the franchise. So most likely, we're not going back to the Warwick Davis look or the origins, that creature. I don't even know what that was. Like I said in the last movie, they had someone that pretty much looked like Warwick Davis. He tried to mimic him, and looks like they're going to go a complete different route with this. But the one thing that I'm not so like happy about, and I don't feel confident, is they still don't know the direction they're going with this, as in like the tone. They have not figured out the tone of the movie. As in horror, comedy, you got to find the right balance. Because the original movie had a lot more horror elements to it. And as the movie went on, it definitely gained as comedic, just like the Child's Play and Chucky franchise. Definitely now it's just comedy, campy, and all that stuff. So they're trying to find the tone still. They haven't found an actor, so they don't know what the Leprechaun's going to look like. I think finding the person's the main thing, because like Warwick Davis, no one can be Warwick Davis. Good luck. And really the last thing, they're still working on the script. So I feel like they don't know what they're doing with this. It feels like they don't know what direction, the tone. They're still working on the script. They got a lot to figure out, and like I'm glad someone's actually doing this, but you know, I gotta see a lot more. It's nice knowing he just says this though. I think the practical effects are so key, as in like less CGI, because I cannot stand CGI because it just sticks like a sore thumb. It really does. You really gotta do it correctly to the point where you can't tell if it's CGI or real. But all right, guys, let me know this in comments below. What you guys think about the Leprechaun franchise getting a reboot? Hopefully, you know, like if someone does it like what they're doing with the Chucky TV series, like I really love the Chucky TV series. They're really taking it serious, putting the money in, and taking it serious. I love that. Hopefully the Friday the 13th that comes out on Peacock either later this year or next year goes the same vibe. So I'm excited. Hopefully this, I don't know, movies, TV, I have no idea. All right, let me know in the comments below what you guys think about the Leprechaun franchise getting a reboot. I'm excited. Hopefully it turns out really good. So a little bit ago, I watched this trailer called The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare with Henry Cavill, you know, Superman, and Alan Richman, the Reacher. I had to watch this. It's directed by Guy Ritchie. I have a video I could put in my link, and it's my trailer reaction, and I'll tell you a little bit about it. But It's really like Inglourious Bastards because these Brit is like the first British special forces going into World War II against the Nazis, and it's Inglourious Bastards, that type of fun killing Nazis. That is all you need to know. Alan Richmond with the bow and arrow. Absolutely love this. I highly recommend. It comes out April 19th in theaters. Again, it's Guy Ritchie. He's a great director, but I'm curious what you guys gotta think about this. Go watch the trailer and let me know what you guys think. And when this comes out, I'll definitely do a movie review. Of course, with all the Halloween news, I already did a video. It's on its own thing. I thought it was long enough where there's no way I was gonna put that in there. Almost Screen 7, I almost give its own thing, but no. Halloween, I have all my thoughts, and there goes my light. Ooh. Of course, with all the Halloween news update coming out about the cinematic universe, I already have my own video out for that, so I'll put in the link below. You can check it out. That's all separate. I figured it was long enough where I didn't want to get that involved in here. Even the Scream 7, that came really close from being its own thing, but no. Halloween, all my thoughts, it's on its own video. If you want to check that out, here's the link. I got a couple more news and talk about Alien Romulus last, just because it has spoilers, so like if you don't want to listen, then you can click off, but I don't really want to throw that in the middle. But one thing I want to talk about is Bear, the Bear on Hulu. You know, the cooking show, the comedian. Love it. Season 3 comes out sometime in June. It was just announced, so they must have filmed it, post-production already. I absolutely love first and second season. It's a great TV series. I would absolutely recommend watching it. You will get anxiety a few episodes, especially the one episode where it's all about the dinner scene, the Christmas or Thanksgiving. High anxiety. The comedy, you will cry, you will laugh. Love it, love it, love it. Season 3 comes out June. Figure I'll let you guys know all about that. I finally got around and finishing Godzilla, the Monarch TV series on Apple TV Plus, and I absolutely really enjoyed it. It was great how much they really took, the whole monster universe of Godzilla 1 and 2, Kong, Skull Island, and they got all of the King Kong and Godzilla mixed together. They go back and forth in timelines. Absolutely love it. They really weaved in all the movies, all the spots. Recommend watching that. It was pretty cool how they got Kurt Russell and his son Wyatt Russell to play the same character but through different timelines. Really genius on that part. But the whole acting casting was spot on what should have been the lead. She's now on that Shogun Hulu's TV series, and I'm about to watch that. I cannot wait to let you guys know how that I feel about that. But if you're expecting like a big monster scenes, like big monsters fighting each other, you really don't get it. It's really a slow burn. Eventually you get to see Godzilla a few times. You see a little bit of this, but it's not as big as you think. But it's absolutely worth watching. It's a great drama. I really hope they have a season 2. I really do, because there's still a lot of the Monarch they can talk about. In this whole monster verse with Godzilla and Kong, the second one comes out in a couple of weeks. They can really expand this, and I really hope they do a season 2. All right, let me guys know what you guys think about that in the comments below. All right, next up, we got finally some first pitches of the season 3, part 2 of Chucky, which could be the last season, but I think they might go one more. But I mean, look, they got an old Chucky, and the first image comes out, and you've never seen an old Chucky before, and man, I'm just not sure how to take this old Chucky shit. It's cracking me up just looking at it. But I really hope this isn't the first hint or squeak at like this is, it, 3 seasons and done. Because I really enjoyed the 3 seasons. I thought it was so much better than Seed, Cult, and Curse of Chucky by far. It brings it right back to where it's at. They put money into this. Don Mancini got to do what he wanted to do. The creator, the writer, all the Chucky movies. He directed Seed, Cult, and Curse. Even though those were the worst 3 in my opinion, but he did really good at, bringing it back with the TV series. But look at Chucky. Old Chucky, man. So, yeah. Of course, Chucky can come back so many ways. So, like, if he dies in this, I'm sure he'll come back. But, man. Old Chucky. Oh, that's a nice one with Tiffany. Phone on. I cannot wait to see this phone conversation. Part 1, there's some spoilers I'm not going to talk about. So, but it was a good season 3 so far. Even though the whole White House Sam, like, really, we have to go that far. We can't keep it simple. But yes, old Chucky. Let me guys know what you guys think about old Chucky in the comments below. So we got Roadhouse the remake with Jake Gyllenhaal coming out on the 21st. So just in about a couple more days. Guy looked back on the original Roadhouse, and yeah, there's a sequel out there that I watched it once and I will not watch it again. Because the very first one is such a classic. In my opinion, it's the greatest B movie that has ever been made, and it checks off every box of my guilty pleasures. One thing I love about this movie is the different type of style of fighting. You have your street scruffle, your boxing, your kickboxing, karate, judo, taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, and taekwondo. I probably said that twice. And don't forget about all the one-liners that are so cheesy but yet entertaining. Add in the bad acting from the supporting cast, but don't forget some A-list actors in Sam Elliott and small role of Keith David. Yeah, he's a bartender. Kelly Lynch, she's amazing to look at, and Marshall Teague is a dude you don't want to mess with. He's also the captain on Armageddon that gets sucked out, one of the captains for the NASA. It's really interesting to see the producer Joel Silver go on and just renovate the action genre of the 80s with movies like Commando, Lethal Weapon, Predator, Die Hard, and also 90s action flicks in Die Hard 2, Lethal Weapon 2, Predator 2, and Demolition Man. Really, this movie is a modern-day Western with all the ancient mythology themes with classic storytelling, such that hero, fated to undertake an impossible task, a wise elder who guides the hero, a villain which the hero must confront, and death of a buddy to send hero into the final fight. You got a villain calls in the hero to try to buy him out, which the hero refuses, and you got a hero gets the girl at the end of the day. This movie entertains the fans with what they expect, with also not taking the story serious. I mean, one of the bad guys pole vaults onto the stage with a pole stick. Another reason this movie flows so well is its cinematography and Dean Cundey. Yes, probably the best ever doing movies, as in the original Halloween in 1978. Yes, the original one. Number 2, Halloween, the third Halloween, Season of the Witch, Jurassic Park, Apollo 13, the original Fog, the original The Thing, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and Back to the Future trilogy. You got a cult classic when the movie changed, the whole concept of club security. This movie brings people into a small world of bouncers and coolers that most people never knew about. Even though this movie was a box office flop, mostly due to the marketing focusing on younger women due to the success of Dirty Dancing, which didn't go over so well because this movie does not look good when it comes to treating women with respect. You got a woman that's beaten, you got one that's told what they can and can't do. Women are having sex in the closet to be able to come to the club. Women are being disrespected as a bartender and grabbing women's boobs and, for money. Besides that, it didn't quite go well, but it did go well on the VH and DVD home video market. At the end of the day, this movie is all about, people that can't shake the circle of life that they want to escape from, but they can't. People dealing with their past that haunts them, and a peaceful warrior that is searching for a meaning of happy life. It's a hyper-masculine camp with big trucks, beautiful women, and crazy 80s hairdo. And one cool fact about this movie, the character Red Webster, which is played by Red West, was actually a really good friend and a bodyguard of Elvis Presley. Yeah, he's part of that whole Memphis Mafia. That was pretty cool. Imagine the stories he had to do there. But overall, this movie is just so enjoyable that it flows perfect, that it's full of action, it puts on a party that everyone can enjoy and be pleased by. And, Patrick Swayze, rest in peace, baby. All right, so we're up to the last one, Alien Romulus news, update, spoilers, however you want to talk about. So I'm giving you right now, it's kind of a spoiler. But what it is pretty much like a plot, like the direction they're going with a few details. And there's some twists and turns that they're kind of revealing. But I'm not going to tell you about who dies. I don't know the characters' names and all that stuff, but I just have a general idea where this is going. And I got this through several Alien and Predator sources that, they know what they're talking about when it comes to Alien Predator franchise. All right, so last chance spoilers. So there are 2 test screenings that's happened lately. And pretty much what came out of it was good and high ratings. So pretty much everyone enjoyed the movies. And we all know this, that it takes place in between 1 and 2. And if you remember at the end of the very first movie when the alien gets sucked out into space, Supposedly, there's a space station called Romulus, which hence the movie where it's called Romulus. They somehow obtain that alien that's floating in space. They somehow obtain that alien, and they're reverse engineering it to back to like Prometheus, where they had the black goop. And then from there, they're creating their own xenomorphs, which is more of a different variant. I'm not going to really talk about what the difference is, but it's just going to be a different xenomorph. And it's still kind of similar to what you would think it is, but it's going to be slightly variant. And it's all by these characters from this planet that we first see. They steal a spaceship, to like a rocket ship, to get to the abandoned space station, Romulus. And this is owned by Wayland. And you're going to have full face huggers, chest bursters, the whole 9 yards. So I'm actually really excited about this. And hopefully at the end of this movie, it leads up to, aliens somehow. But like during this timeline, Ripley is floating through space, almost about to get picked up. I'm actually really excited about this. Let me guys know what you guys think about this plot, direction. What could we expect? Oh, and one last thing. Ash, the robot from the very first movie, he makes an appearance in this somehow. I don't know if it's just like, like Michael Fassbender, there was 2 different robots of those. I wonder if this is going to be they said he's in this somehow. Of course, the actor's dead, but with AI and CGI, anything's possible. But that's also the last thing I got talked about. So let me guys know what you think in the comments below. And I'm excited. The trailer should be coming out this month. They said August 16th. That's the release date. It's not that much longer, guys. All right. Hope you all have a good day.